Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on Xai or Xai Games, but we'll just refer to it as Xai in this video. Wanted to do a full update on this. I mean, it's been quite bullish for the last it's been especially bullish since last Saturday, so for the last week. So just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. Right now, technically, it still is bullish. So I wanted to talk about what's possible. There's a strong, we now hit 1.5, but basically this entire level right here between 1.5 and 1.6 is quite strong. So that's going to be a tough one to break through, but we'll talk about that and whether that's possible. I do want to bring you a little bit of a disclaimer that I am invested in Xai. Or not invested, but you know what I mean. I've bought quite a lot of Xai when it's like not too long after it launched right here at like 64 cents. So just so you know, so I'm up on my position. It's not that I bought this very recently, but I do hold some. All right, so let's do a full video on this. First of all, technically, like I said, it still is bullish. It's respecting the 28 EMA. It hasn't even touched the 28 EMA right here after hitting 1.5 at that resistance. Still has a lot of support right here at 1.3 and 1.25. So in general, I don't expect Xai to turn very bearish right here. And then apart from that, it's also part of the gaming narrative. Due to the name, it might also be a little bit of a part of the AI narrative, even though that would not be justified. But all right, so if you look at Xai right here, what you'll see is when it loads, obviously, because I do want to check out the momentum. If I cannot look at the open interest, etc., then this is going to be a tough video to make, because we cannot do it purely based on only the technicals. I mean, I could give you my thoughts on only the technicals, but it would not be a very sophisticated analysis, I would say. But all right, so the technicals right now, I mean, just in general, we're still bullish, but it does seem like we found a strong resistance. All right, so that resistance at 1.5 and 1.6 is a strong one. In the meanwhile, I'll still see if I can refresh this or not. But no, that resistance is a strong one. So I do expect some more resistance from that. Maybe some support at the 28 EMA, but ultimately I think we'll drop down to this support level between 1.3 and 1.25. That seems to be the strongest support level right now. That's also, as you can see, historically, that was the previous top. So that's holding on fairly well. And I don't see any reason right now for us to say that we're not going to hold that. Now, if you look at the open interest, though, that's an interesting story. All right. And this is why I wanted to look at it. Technically, I'd say it's most likely will drop down here, consolidate, but then eventually, due to the market circumstances, and if Bitcoin stays a bit bullish at least, I would say we'll get up to 1.6, and I would even say we'll break above that eventually and rally up to the next psychological level at 1.75, 1.8. That's what I think technically is the most likely scenario. Now, if we look at some more information, though, if you look at the open interest right here, what you'll see is that the open interest has been dropping down. So that means that less people are trading and less people are holding Xai. While at the same point of time, the price has actually increased. So that's a bit of a divergence. Now, this divergence is not necessarily bullish or bearish. Usually it's bearish though, but it does mean something. I mean, it's difficult with Xai because the open interest got very close, all right? The open interest was about $78 million. Well, the last time we were very bullish, it was at 80. So I don't think this is a problem, but I do think that this is another indication that it's not most likely we'll get a huge rally again. I think this is another confirmation that it's most likely we'll have somewhat of a consolidation here, maybe some bearish spikes down to 1.15 and 1.1. I do expect that to hold though, and that eventually, because I do think it's a great project, and I might even want to say that it's a bit undervalued at a $380 million market cap, at some point of time will rally again. But those are my thoughts for now. I think that's the most likely scenario. I think that's what you need to be prepared for. I'll keep you updated on this. I mean, if the market circumstances change, if Bitcoin becomes way more bearish, for example, then there's a chance that Xai actually gets a bearish breakout. But at this moment, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'll keep you updated. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all in my next videos. Bye.